What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Wow, it actually has been quite some time since I've said that. Anyway, today is the start of a brand new year, and I figured what better way to kick off what better way to kick off the new year than by opening up arguably one of Konami's best products imaginable in 2025, and that is the legendary 5D's decks. This set right here is absolutely insane. Not only do you have new support for obviously this guy Yusei Fudo, but you also have pretty much everything you need to build a Black Rose deck for Akiza, and of course modern Black Wings for Crow. You got so much shit in this set. It's incredible. You guys will see here in a moment as I open this up. And in case you guys are curious, I got this on this past Saturday at a Yu-Gi-Oh Edison tournament in Rancho Cucamonga, California, from a store called Collectible Exchange. So shout outs to them. That not only did they give me this, but they also got me these as well. I'll show you guys here. Obviously Plat, Secret, Trap Dust Shoe, Jar Greed, Starlight, Bestial, Magnum Hut, obviously for my Blue Eyes deck, Delinquent Duo for my Goat deck, 2 Des Machinex for my DD deck, Magical Android for my Edison, and then 2 ultra upgraded Black Whirlwinds for obviously my Edison deck. So big shout outs to Collectible Exchange. If you guys are in the Rancho Cucamonga area, or if you guys live near there, be sure to check them out. They are absolutely incredible. Just amazing people. The hospitality there is incredible. I cannot thank them enough. Shout outs to them. I'm being real, 2025 was a bit of an interesting year for me, but I have a feeling that 2026 is gonna be even more insane. So 5D's decks has been opened. Set that over here. So obviously, for those who do not know, let me fix my tripod here. There we go. I had to move. Sorry guys, I had to move my tripod up by a hair. But anyway, so you get 3 decks, and then of course you get this promo pack, which I believe should be the tokens plus the chibi arts of, well, their dragons. So let's take a look. And I do want to give a shout out to my friend Fernando, aka Akuma. We call him Akuma in my group chat. He said that the Stardust Dragon has a misprint. For some reason it's misprinted. I guess the foiling is reversed, and it looks like mine is not reversed. It looks like, I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge of that, but you guys can even also tell right here, bit of hollow bleed. So we have a Chibi Art Stardust Dragon, Chibi Art Black Rose Dragon, which actually looks really good, and then of course Chibi Art Black Wing Dragon, followed by a Chibi Art of Yusei, Akiza, and Crow. So honestly, if I'm being real, the chibi art of Akiza looks super cute. And I'm not saying that because of the fact that Akiza's waifu material, although she kind of is. Just the design looks really good. These two are really cool as well. I'll give it that. I will give it that. So I do got some penny sleeves here. Pull them out right now. Give me 1 second, you guys. So hopefully you guys are having an incredible New year, obviously today is the start of a brand new year. 2025 was a bit interesting, to say the very least. Obviously, here in California, we had the Palisade fires, which shout out to everyone who survived it. To everyone who survived it, shout outs to you guys. That's what it's all about. Y'all are fighting. That's what it's all about. So here we have. So this is the Blackwing deck. This is the Black Rose deck, and then of course we have this, which is the Stardust deck. We're gonna start with the Blackwing deck because I want to save this one for last because there are a shit ton of new cards that were added to that set, to the archetype. So. Oh, here we are. Here's the... So, interestingly enough, there are a lot of really good cards in the Blackwing deck that you can use for Edison. Like this one here. Blackwing Value, the Emblem of Honor, and I think this might be a Euro. Holy shit, I didn't realize, I think this might be Euro. Holy fuck. Okay. So we have a Euro Hollow Bleed Value. Icarus attack. I actually needed a rarity upgrade for my common one that I have. Blackbird Close, which for those who don't know, this card is absolutely busted. This can literally help you summon Blackwing Dragon like right off the bat, and it's also a negate, which is really cool. Blackwing Armor Master. Blackwing Nothing, the Starlight, and then of course you got your staples here for Blackwing. So you have Gale, you got Bora, you have Drone Lockbird. This is one of the reasons why I'm a huge fan of this set, is because you get literally every hand trap imaginable. So I'll pull out the hand traps. I'll pull out all the staples so you guys can get an idea of how crazy this set is. So we have Gale, Bora, Crystal Crocodon, we have Sharnga, excuse me, obviously new support coming out of Premium Gold, and of course Darkwing Blast, Dragon to Legend, literally pretty much every set that gave us Blackwing support is pretty much in here. So we have Orochi, Harmattan the Dust, which these two right here, you can easily summon Psychic and Punisher right off the bat, and all you need is this guy right here. All you need is this right here, which is insane. And so once I have my Blackwing deck, my modern Blackwing deck ready to go, I'll show you that combo specifically on how to summon out Psychic and Punisher really quickly. Whether you're going first or second is absolutely insane. Then of course, 2 Ash, which is very crazy. 3 Simoon, which is great. Ghost Mourner is the other hand trap that's in here. You have 3 copies of Vada, 3 copies of Shamal, which can help you search out Blackfeather Whirlwind. We have Chinook the Snow Blast, 3 of those. We have 3 Sudri the Phantom Glimmer, which basically is your secondary searcher, which is really good. And then Mole Charming Fualos. I actually need 3 of these, so 2 more, and I'll be able to put this into my DD deck. So that's actually kind of cracked. It's actually kind of cracked. We have MST. We got Book of Moon, 2 Whirlwind, Forbidden Chalice, Call By. Whoop, whoa, whoa. Come on, there we go. We have Blackfeather Whirlwind. We have 2 of those. Delta Crow Anti-Reverse, which is basically a Harpy's Feather Duster, but for set back row. Twin Shadow, which I believe this card. Let's see here. Shuffle 2 of your Blackwing monsters, a tuner and a non-tuner that are banished and or in your grave into the deck, or actually I can spell summon a Blackwing Synchro from or Blackwing Dragon from your action whose level equals the total levels of those 2 monsters. Okay, so this is actually kind of cool because you can actually use this in hand. Whoop! You can actually use this in hand. I'm gonna try and get this in focus. There we go. There we go. So literally this card is actually kind of busted, but I don't know if you would be able to use this in Edison. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments. I don't know. But speaking of Edison, not only do you get Armor Master, you get Blackwing Armwing, you get Silverwind the Ascendant, which not a lot of people run this card, only in like Vayu decks, in like Vayu Turbo, but that's about it. Blackwing Dragon, Full Armor Master, Blackwing Assault Dragon. You actually get 2 of those. And two Beret Storm, which funny thing, you only need 1. And the reason for it is because if you go Blackwing Dragon plus Beret Storm on board to summon Blackwing Assault Dragon, you can use the exact same 2 to summon out a second one, which is kind of cracked. So there is. So that's the Blackwing deck, and this is it right here, right? These are the staples that you get in Blackwings. Matter of fact, let's get this out of the way. Let's get that out of the way. And put these back like this. There we go. Literally, that's what you get out of the Blackwing deck. But if you think that's crazy, you haven't seen anything yet, you guys. You have not seen anything yet. Because that brings us to this. The one and only Black Rose deck used by Akiza Azinski. And I'm being real, what you guys are about to see in this set is going to shock you. Like, you cannot deny this is one of the craziest sets of 2025. So we have Miracle Fertilizer, which this card is just absolutely busted. Absolutely busted. It says here, once per turn, you can target a plant monster in your grave, special summon that target. You cannot normal summon or said during the turn, you special summon with this effect, even if this card leaves the field. If a monster is special summon by this effect leaves the field, destroy this card. So this is basically Call of the Haunted for plants. This card is absolutely busted. Absolutely busted. Black Garden, another really busted card. Basil Rose Shoe is kind of a niche card, so it's like okay. Blooming of the Darkest Rose. And of course we get this card right here. Perialis, Empress of Blossoms. And then think about this, right? 3 Lone Fire Blossom, a Witch of the Black Rose, Spore, which, funny thing, Akiza never used Spore. To give you guys some context, Akiza never used Spore in the anime. That honor belonged to Luna, one of the twins. Rose Lover, Blue Rose Dragon. Think about that. Ghost Ogre. Ghost fucking Ogre is in this set. 3 Red Rose Dragon, 3 White Rose Dragon, a Ghost Sister, Rose Princess, Rose Girl, 3 Rocks Rose Dragon, 3 Rudy Rose Witch, a Mole Charming Meowls, and think about this. Speaking of staples, Monster Reborn, one of the oldest staples in existence, is in this set, and it's crazy. Terraforming a second Fertilizer, second Black Garden, a Fragrance Storm, Thorn of Malice, which nobody ever plays this card. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, it's like a niche card for Black Rose Dragon, but it's just so bad. It's so bad. Frozen Rose, White Rose Cloister, a second Basil Rose Shoe, Imper. Look at that. And what the fuck? Guys, are you guys seeing this? What the fuck is this shit? Look at this. Guys, let me know in the comments if that's a misprint. I feel like that might be misprinted. Oh my god. Okay. Well, there's that. Black Rose Dragon, Splendid Rose, Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, Garden Rose Maiden, 2 Cross Rose Dragon, 2 Rudy Rose Dragon, and a Garden Rose Flora. Think about that. Think about that, you guys. Think about that. 2 Imperm, a Mole Charmy, Ghost Sister, and 2 Ghost Ogre. Think about that, you guys. That's kind of cracked. That's actually kind of cracked. But that brings us to the final one of this set. It is the Stardust deck, and there are a lot of new cards that's in this set, to which I will be going over those right now. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Guys, I had to get a drink of water to clear up my throat. Anyway, first up we have Full Speed Warrior. Try and get this in focus. There we go. So if you guys don't know, I talked about these cards on the channel in late 2025 when these cards were first announced. And so this card is a 2-star Wind Warrior, 900 attack, 400 defense, and the effects read as followed. Monsters you control that mention Drunk Warrior or are a synchro monster with Warrior in their original name gain 900 attack. So this is basically the original Speed Warrior, but just better. Literally, it's just better. During your battle phase only. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 Junk Synchron or spell or trap that mentions it from your deck to your hand. So this is basically Rhoda for the entire deck, which is kind of insane. Then of course we got Scrap Synchron, which is one of the new tuners that's in this set. So this card's effect reads as follows. Let me get this back in focus. There we go. So it says here, for a synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any Synchron tuner. So this card right here is literally, oh my god, what's the one? Oh my god, the 5-star. Oh my god, it might be in here. I don't know if it is. It could be. I could be wrong. You guys literally saw the Veiler. So yeah, so that's in here. I can't think of the name. I cannot think of the name, but this card basically acts as that, but just better. You can only use each of the following effects of Scrap Synchron once per turn. If you synchro summon a monster that mentions a Synchron tuner as material, this card in your hand can also be used as material. If a monster you control that mentions Drunk Warrior or is a Synchro monster with Warrior in its original name would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish the card from your field or grave instead. This is literally that Synchron tuner with built-in protection. This card is absolutely nuts, and you can even also use the card as Synchro Summon in the hand, which is kind of crazy. Then of course we got Synchro Fellowship. So this is one of the new spells, which I believe you only run like 1 or 2 in the deck. I'm not so sure, but the effects read as followed: add 2 monsters from your deck to your hand, a Junk Synchron, and a monster that mentions Drunk Warrior or Stardust Dragon. Excuse me. Then discard 1 card. You can banish this card from your grave, target a Synchro monster you control, reduce its level by 1, then you can normal summon a Synchron monster during your main phase this turn. In addition to your normal summoner set, you can only gain this effect once per turn. So this card right here is basically this. It's basically Nathan the Starlight, where you get to normal summon twice in a single turn, which is absolutely insane. And you can also, and it also acts as a mini Graceful Charity, where you get to add 2 to your hand and you discard 1, which is actually kind of cracked. Then of course, move these up a bit. There we go. Next up, we've got Junk Warrior Extreme. This is basically Junk Warrior, but better. So just like the original Junk Warrior, it requires Junk Synchron plus a non-tuner, and the effects read as follow. If this card is synchro summon, you can special summon as many level 2 or lower monsters as possible from your grave, but neither player can activate those monsters' effects this turn. You can only special summon one more time this turn. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can manage this card, special summon a junk synchro monster from your extra deck, which is treated as a synchro summon. You can only use each effect once per turn. This can help you summon out pretty much any junk synchro to your board, which can literally be just about anything. It could be junk warrior, it could be junk gardener, literally anything, which is kind of insane. And also you get to summon multiple tuners to go into more of your synchro plays, which is kind of cracked. You can even also I believe, can you summon it? I don't think you can. No, it doesn't look like it. All right. Anyway, next up, I believe you can summon out you can summon out Scrap Synchron, you can summon out Jet Synchron, which is kind of cracked. Next up, we've got Scrap Warrior. So this card says that you need Scrap Synchron plus a non-tuner. So literally, it's Scrap Synchron plus a level 2, which can be Full Speed Warrior and Scrap Synchron, and you're good. Like, you're good. Excuse me. So the effects of this card reads as follow. Monsters you control that mention Junk Warrior or are a synchro monster with Warrior in their original name cannot have their activated effects negated. Except for this card. If this card is synchro summoned, you can take one Junk Synchron or a card that mentions Junk Warrior from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the grave. You can only use this effect once per turn. So this is basically a searcher for Junk Synchron, and if you already have a level 2 non-tuner, you can easily go into the original Junk Warrior without any problems, which is kind of cracked. Then, of course, we have another new card, Anchor Bolt Hedgehog, which I don't think you run this card. I could be wrong, but I don't think you do. But let's see here. This card reads as follows. If you control Junk Warrior or a monster that mentions it except this card, and this card is in your grave as a quick effect, you can special summon this card in defense. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra for the rest of the turn except synchros, and you can only use this effect once per turn. This is basically Monster Reborn for itself. Excuse me. As long as you have Junk Warrior or any synchro that mentions it, which can include Scrap Warriors, which is kind of funny. That it's funny and it's actually kind of cool. I have to admit, really good. Then of course we have Crossroad Sonic Chick. This card's effect reads as follow. If a tuner is sent to your grave, even during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your grave. If it was there when the monster was sent, or hand even if not, but banish it when it leaves the field. Then if Junk Warrior or a monster that mentions it, except this card, is on the field, you can change all monsters your opponent controls with 1900 or more attack to defense position. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon from the extra for the rest of the turn except for synchros. You can only use this effect once per turn. So this is basically zero gravity and a Cyber Dragon, which is just really good, really busted. Then of course we have One Way Synchro. Take one level 1 tuner from your deck or grave, and either add it to your hand or special summon it. If you control Junk Warrior or a monster that mentions it, and this card is in your grave, you can set this card by banishing when it leaves the field. You can only use this card once per turn, and only once that turn. So this is a hard once per turn. But still, being able to to special summon a level 1 tuner from your deck or grave is absolutely busted. You can even also search out you can even search out Scrap Synchron, which is actually kind of cracked. Then I believe that's everything. So I believe that's all the new cards. So the rest are just reprints. So we have 2 Junk Synchron, Wheel Synchron, 3 Stardust Synchron, 1 Revolution Synchron, which I remember this card on release was like $130, which is cracked. Satellite Synchron, Assault Synchron, Jet Synchron, 3 Junk Converter, which is actually kind of cool. Double Warrior, 2 Effect Veiler, which was what I was showing earlier. A 3rd Ash Blossom, funny enough. A Moltres Perulia. 2 copies of On Your Mark, Get Set, Duel. 3 copies of Toonie, one of them obviously being the alternate art, which is cracked. Duel's Genesis, which I don't think I ever talked about this card on the channel. If you have a tuner in your field or grave, add a synchro spell or trap from your deck to your hand. You can only activate 1 Duel's Genesis per turn. So you can basically add this card, Synchro Rumble, which is cracked. Clashing Souls, I believe that was a Duelist Saga exclusive, funny enough. Scrap Fist, which is another one for Duelist Saga. 1-for-1, Scrapyard, another Call By. Crossout, Forbidden Droplet, which is insane. Synchro Zone, a 3rd Imperm. Then of course we have Junk Warrior, which this is the artwork from Maze of Millennia or Maze of the Master. It was one or the other, but this card is absolutely this artwork super cool. Junk Speeder, Stardust Dragon, XL Synchro Stardust Dragon, which I needed this for my Blue Eyes deck, funny enough. Formula Synchron, Stardust Warrior, Shooting Star Dragon, and Crimson Dragon. Literally, this is exactly what you get. You get all this for $30. $30, and you get all this. I do not want anybody in the comments telling me that the fucking hand traps are too expensive. I've said that myself for quite some time, and the only reason why I've said that for so long is because of the fact that most of the hand traps go for at least 20 at a maximum of like $20. It all just depends on what the it all depends on what the cards are. But yeah, so that's basically it. That literally is everything you get. You get all these hand traps. You get cards like Icarus, you get cards like Gale, Lone Fire, and you get these. All for $30. And you can 100% make your money back if you were to sell these hand traps alone. Just these hand traps. If you were to sell them, 100% you would make your money back. Because everyone knows that Ash Blossom is always going to be at least $3 or more. Crossout and Droplet, the Emperor, they're all going to have at least $1 value. At least that, if not more. So, honestly, this is actually kind of cool. I am looking to build Modern Black Wings. I am looking to build Modern Black Rose again. I know that I did deck profiles on Black Rose years ago, but I want to do a new version of it, and I am looking to build Stardust as well. Funny thing, Icarus Attack, I actually needed that for my Edison deck because I wanted to give my common copy a bit of an upgrade. But other than that, honestly, I cannot complain. I mean, come on. Think about this, right? You get chibis for days. Chibis for days. Lone Fire, Ghost Ogre. All this for $30. You can buy 3 of these and you would have yourself a constructed deck of all 3, which is nuts. So with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more openings in the future, which I'm hoping to do more in 2026, but we'll have to wait and see. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.